I'm not doing anything specific, but wow, I literally had my mug just like resting on the couch like that, like on the other side. But like I accidentally will do that and just leave it there. But like it's fine, like it's never spilled because I'm just good like that. I don't know. I'm just I'm lucky with stuff like that a little bit. I think part of why I'm lucky with stuff like that is that I would blame myself, but I wouldn't just blame like, oh, like that was like a dumb thing to do. Like I would blame myself like as if something died. I wouldn't say somebody because that's obviously like a different level, but something like an animal, like I would be like I would not just like forgive myself for like dropping something. So I think the inability to forgive myself over something very small actually makes very small things not actually happen that much to me. Like it actually gives me like luck, but it's not making me overcome the inability to forgive myself over things that like don't matter. It's doing the opposite. Like it's kind of like enabling that, but also I'm not enabling myself to drop things or to like have like little like I would not if I put this on the couch first of all and then like dropped it and it fell, like I wouldn't take that as an accident from me or the universe, but I would also like blame myself. And then I would also think, oh, that means like something bad. Like I would take this out of proportion to the point where it's like, oh, that one person hates me. Oh, like it's basically like as if I had like a pet and it died. Like I would take it as in like I'm never gonna be like I could like drop coffee and be like, that's because I'm never gonna be good at like painting or something stupid. Something like it's like, but have I tried to be? Not really. Like you know what I mean? So like it's kind of giving like not only does it not mean that, but like at least I'm not enabling myself to be stupid and like dumb, but like it's kind of like weird. Yeah, it's weird. Hello, somebody is here. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what to do for the live, but I am here. So that's like half the battle is showing up. You said like 4 times. If you guys thought I was talented, reading is not one of those talents. So somebody believes that I've said like for 4 out of the last 10 words. Have you ever had somebody pour maple syrup on your butt and then act like a small fly stuck in the syrup? I'm so confused. Like I'm confused. I don't know what you mean by that. No, nobody's ever poured maple syrup on my butt. That's a very I don't know what you mean by the rest of it though. Like then they act like a small fly stuck in it? I'm so confused. What kind of weird comments are these? Like, I'm from Florida. Let someone say, hey, little girl. I'm 22, and you said that in a way that, like, makes it sound weird that you said that. But if someone's like, hey, little girl, like, that does sound weird. That does sound weird. Hello. There's so many people here, 19 people. And 1 like, you guys hate me. You guys hate me. I can't believe it. You guys were supposed to like the video before you even show up. Someone's talking about Canadians. Canadians are an odd bunch, but they love their syrup. I don't know any Canadians. I don't think I've ever met one. I don't really care. Like, I think Canadians are just like Americans who were born in Canada. Like, I don't think of them as like something like different. I don't know. Like, do you ever like do that? Are you ever like, so we're all people, so I don't think of you as like something that different. Like, you have some life experiences that are different, but like I don't see us as like that different. I'm not like, oh my gosh, it's a Canadian. Like, I can't wait to like pray to the Canadians. Like, I don't think of it like that. I'm like, we're just both from Earth. Okay. What is everyone saying? Someone said, can you say hi, Quincy? I love you. Hi, Quincy. Thank you for liking the video. Yeah, the chat is weird. Mods. So I don't know if I want mods. I mean, maybe I do need them, but like, do I want them? I don't know. I'm scared of having mods because then it's like I'm telling somebody that I trust them. Why would I do that? Isn't that what I avoid? I don't know. Someone said they curl up under the shower and pretend to be a pebble. You have a weird life. You make some choices, I don't know. Yeah, girls with glasses. Thank you. You said I'm nice and beautiful. That's nice. Willa? Your name does not say Willa, but you said your name's Willa. Thank you. Thank you for liking my hair. I didn't brush it. It looks bad. It does. I don't know why you're liking it, but you're welcome. I don't know. It's hair. Yeah. See, the chat wasn't that weird. Like, the chat was, like, a little weird, but, like, if I had mods, then they would just want to, like, block everybody, and it's like, I don't think anybody actually said anything that... You have your dad's phone? Why do you have your dad's phone? Are you, like, 8? No offense, but, like, are you 8? Like... I'm drinking coffee with, like, heavy cream in it, and that's it. Oh, you're 10. Okay. Then I guess... Yeah, I guess that's fine. I didn't say anything inappropriate, I don't think. I think you just need attention, Mr. Is it strange you can't find a pen when you need one or something? Like, I think you just need attention. I just don't think this is the place for that. Because, like, I don't know. Wait, who was asking if I'm single? I am 22. I don't know who's who in the chat. So, I am 22. So if somebody said that and it was weird, then it was weird of them to, like, you know. You like my pants? Thank you. I tie-dyed them myself, like, a long time ago. Yeah. I don't know what to say now that no offense, I don't know what to say now that the only person in here might be a 10-year-old. I don't know what to say in the video now. Because it's not that I can't say, like, oh, my pants are, like, tie-dyed, but it does seem odd that thank you for saying I'm amazing. But yeah, when one of the only people... The necklace? This? My favorite food. What's my favorite food? I don't know what my favorite... Off the top of my head, what's my favorite food? That's, like, an existential question. That's, like, I don't know what to say, you know? Oh, yeah. Thank you for saying that my necklace is nice. It's funny, because, like, my name is Celeste, but you know what I did when I got this necklace? When I changed my name to Celeste, first I got a necklace of Celestial. So, like, I wore that for a while, and then I hated it, so then I threw it away, I think. And then I got this one, but it says Celeste, but I left the E off, because you can only do, like, a certain amount of characters in the necklace, or, like, it costs more if you do, like, more. So I did Celeste without an E at the end, and I put, like, a little lightning bolt on it. But what I didn't notice was that people were going to look at my necklace to try to find out how my name is spelled. Because the traditional way to spell Celeste would be with an E at the end, because the E is just silent, I guess, or whatever. English grammar. So, well, actually, some cultures pronounce the E, so I can also kind of tell, like, you know, either where people think I'm from or where they're from based on if they pronounce it with the E or not. But, yeah, so the lightning bolts, people look at that to see how my name is spelled, so then I always know when they spell it wrong. Thank you for saying it's the best live. Oh yeah, so I didn't answer your question yet about, I like sushi, but sushi, it's raw fish, so, which is fine, like it is raw fish, that's just what it is. I mean, maybe there's versions without raw fish, I just wouldn't know, but like, sometimes it stresses me out to know that, so then I just like will not eat sushi, but sometimes I like sushi, because it's like fun to eat sushi, you know? Yeah, it's like scary. Like it like it's like terrifying because it's like this is raw fish. Like I don't know. I don't know what the fish experienced while it was alive. Like it was probably like a terrible life to have, you know. And now it's sushi, so it's like a lot to process sometimes, and it's raw. And I just think like the methods of preparing it, like it stresses me out to think that like it's raw, so it's like so vulnerable to like food poisoning and stuff. Like I just don't like the mental idea of it. Yeah, exactly. Like sushi stresses me out because sometimes it could be bad or like contaminated or something weird. Like I just could not. I just think a lot of the time I'm like not even in a space to like process if I did get food poisoning. I'm like I would literally be so stressed. But other times, like it's almost like I have like a different personality where I'm like actually I don't care. Like you know, like yeah I'll have sushi. Like it's like it doesn't make sense. I feel like I'm doing nothing for the live. Like, I feel like I'm just talking about myself. So I'm like, but I'm like, it's cool that I'm like connecting with you guys, you know? I don't have any pets. Not at all. I don't know if I would want one. I don't have any money, so like, obviously not now, but like in the future, I don't know if I would want one because I know it sounds crazy to not know if I would want a pet, but the only reason why I'm not sure if I would want a pet is like I don't know. I don't know. I like to hope that like at some point in my life I could like live somewhere different or like travel somewhere or whatever, and then I'm like, oh, so there I have to think of this, I have to think of that, I have to think of that. Like I would be like the most responsible pet owner, so I'm like I would have to have this much money saved up because what if that pet has like a heart attack and needs a surgery out of nowhere? If it's like a fuzzy pet, like you know, if it's anything from like a mouse to like a dog or something, right? Like what if it just like what if it like needs something? What if it needs like emergency surgery? Like I would have to have like money for that. You know what I mean? So like and if it's like a fish, you know, if it's like a fish or something. Imagine if I wanted to like travel somewhere, I would have to have somebody come and like check on my fish and like feed the fish, but I would almost feel like I would feel like it's like weird because it's a fish, but it can't take care of itself because it's a fish. So like it would be odd. So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess like having a pet is like there's like strings attached to like where you are. So it's like you have to like be like, you know, I don't know, it sounds weird. It's like you have to like you're even if you adopt like a fish, you're like settling down with that fish somewhere, you know? Like that's like weird. Because you're like now not weird, but like it's weird like now you have to like be so responsible for something that like you have to be there every day because it needs food every day. Like, I don't know. It is weird. But also, what do you do with a fish? Do you have to like spend time with a fish? Does it not feel loved if you don't spend time with the fish? How do you spend time with a fish? Do you just sit there and like stare at it? Um, where did I go to high school? So, I was only in high school for like less than a year and a half. So I went to countryside high school for a year and a half. So like, and then I was homeschooled, which was a lot more fun. Can I read your story? What kind of story? Like, social media story, or like you wrote like a book or something? Like what kind of story? Yeah, I don't know. I guess like I don't have anything wrong with like responsibility. I just would still be hesitant to like even adopt a fish or something, because or anything larger than that, because then I feel like if I say I had like more money and I wanted to like travel somewhere, I'm gonna have to literally have somebody come fish sit the fish. And like, or dog sit the dog, cat sit the cat, you know? Like I feel like they can't travel. You cannot go on an airplane holding a fish tank and bring that thing with you. Like, you cannot. Spiking slow? I don't understand what that is. I'm so confused. Oh, I'm in Florida, in the United States. Yeah. I don't know. I think having a fish would be cool. But then I would feel like I would feel, I don't know. If I were like a millionaire or something, then I really could pay somebody to come like watch the fish and like put some fish food in the tank for the fish. I just think of it like weirdly. What if a fish needs like emergency surgery one day? How do you transport a fish to give it emergency surgery? If it doesn't get what it needs and it dies, it's my fault. But like, you know, it's a fish and it would need help with something. Anything that somebody owns, any living creature somebody owns, it's gonna need help with something. So like, if it doesn't get the help and then it dies, it's my fault, obviously. Or if it gets injured because it doesn't get whatever it needs, my fault, obviously. That's what responsibility is. So, but like, there's strings attached, because if you have a fish, can you travel? You have to have somebody come watch your fish. But if you tell somebody, hey, I need you to come watch my fish, they're gonna be like, why would I do that? That's not very important. That's a fish. You know, like I think people will be like, that's not very important. That's a fish. To like, why would I come watch your fish? Or they would forget about it because it's a fish. I don't. I think fish are fun, but like, do I want a fish? Not really. Do I want something bigger than a fish? Why would I get something bigger than a fish when I could just get a fish? Oh, too many questions. You're kind of weird. Whatever. So I guess I'll. Mm, that's funnier. You're in timeout for 24 hours. That's an option. I could have just permanently removed you, but you're in timeout for 24 hours because that's kind of like, you were stupid, figure it out, you know? You're in timeout for 86,000 seconds. How's it feel? Someone said, I'll be your pet. Yeah, but then I have to be responsible for you. That's what that means. So why would I do that? You know? Yeah, but even if you're easy to take care of, like a fish is easy to take care of. But fish still need things, you know? I don't know what to talk about when there's not comments. I had so many comments I got used to it. Honestly, no offense, but I'm not gonna add people who I don't personally know on social media. Like, if you want to follow me, you can. That doesn't mean I'm going to, like, you know, just, like, entertain conversations with people who I don't personally know. Because if I open the door to that, it would cause, like, more problems. That would just not be necessary to my life. So, it's kind of how I see it. Like, it could even be the coolest person in the world, and I'm still not going to, because first of all, I don't need to spend more time on social media than I even want to. You know, there's just, like, a lot of reasons. I just don't see that, like, you know. If anything, I need to, like, unplug and not be on my phone, you know? Yeah, I am on live. So, I am on live. So if you wanted to leave a comment, I'll see your comment, but, I'm just not gonna go on, like, I don't even know what social media, like, I'm not gonna go on, like, whatever social media, like, follow every person, you know? And it's not meant in an offensive way, it's just, like, I can be on live and also have limitations to the amount of access that people who I don't know have to me. So, like, I can allow one form of access and then decide that another form of access to me doesn't seem appropriate for somebody who I don't personally know. So there's kind of, like, different levels of boundaries to it. Like, if you left a comment right now, that's fine, and I'll see your comment, we can talk about it. But if you were to, like, you know, add me on Instagram, have, like, expectations about me, like, following you back, or, like, if you send me a bunch of DMs and, like, I'm supposed to respond to it, it's possible that, like, I'm just not going to, you know, and, like, that's more likely. So that kind of is, like, how it is. Like, there can be different boundaries for different people, and that's just how it is, because that's kind of, like, what every person gets to do in their life. So it doesn't have to be personal, it's just what happens. And it could still be the coolest person ever, and there can still be boundaries with it and limits, and that's how it is sometimes. Honestly, what I think would be cool is, I think it would be fun if I, like, read books to you guys sometimes. Like, I think that would be kind of fun, because then it would, like, give me something to do while on live. Like, I think that would be fun. I have my reservations about it, though. I'm like, do I actually, so many people that I've met would try to say that I reminded them of a librarian as, like, an insult, though. Like, they would try to, like, use that as an insult. So it makes me think that, like, to be perceived alongside, like, books or anything, like, intelligent makes me think that, like, I'm, like, less than them if I'm perceived in an intelligent way. Like, it totally just, like, made me see things differently, you know? Like, yeah, if you want to leave a comment and subscribe, then you can. That's great. That's, like, appreciated, you know? But But if that's expected to be like in exchange for like following you on social media, then I don't see that making any sense. But as long as it's just like what you want to do, then do it. That's great. Thank you for that. You know. Yeah. It's kind of how I feel about it. Yeah, have a great day. I had the weirdest dream last night. But you know when your dream is about people that you actually personally know and then you can't tell anybody what your dream was because then like it makes it look like that person actually like is a certain way to you, and it's like even though they are, but it's like just because my dream was weird doesn't mean I can tell you about it. But it was like, wow, did my dream remind me of your like way that you treat me? Like weird, you know? My dreams will tell me what the red flags are so much, you know? It's like, that was weird. Well, there's 0 people in here, so I'm just gonna like transition into doing whatever I want to do. So I probably am gonna read a book to you guys actually. Like I think it would be fun for all the people like watching this back. Like I think it would be fun, you know, and anyone who like adds themselves to the video. Like I think that would be like fun, cute, interesting. I'm gonna go find a book to read to you guys. I'll be back. I'm back. So, this book, it's kind of funny to me. The Art of Eating Through the Zombie Apocalypse. It's like a pretty thick book. I guess we have to start at the beginning, huh? But you know when books have like these extra pages, like are we supposed to start at chapter 1 or whatever, or like start there? Like I kind of hate like, I wish books could just say like start here and then you just start there. Like, you know how much easier that would be? I have to like make decisions. Literally even reading a book, I'm like, I have to make decisions for myself right now. Like I have to like choose what I want to do. Like I have to make a choice for myself. Why would I do that? Like I should want to, but like why would I do that? You know? Yeah, so stay tuned if you want me to like read this book to you. Not that it's gonna be good or like fun to listen to, but I'm like, wow, am I really doing this? Do I really want to do this? Well, welcome to the zombie apocalypse. The what ifs and should haves will eat your brain. It's a quote from John O'Callaghan. Zombies, ghouls, biters, walkers, geeks, lame brains, skells, rotters, zeeks, or, as our Canadian friends like to call them, Zeds. Their unrelenting shamble into pop culture ubiquity? I don't know what that even means. From television to video games to fan conventions to literature may have lulled you into a false sense of security. But don't be fooled. The undead do pose a serious and downright terrifying threat to human existence. While it may be all fun and it says brains, but it's like they just typed a bunch of letters. But it says brains, so. For the general public, when the zombie apocalypse hits, our very way of life will come to an end. If you are reading this, it means that you are one of the few people on the planet being proactive about the zombie apocalypse. Preparedness. Good for you. Or if you've acquired or found this book during the apocalypse, congratulations on still being alive. I don't think I need to impress upon you the fact that the zombie apocalypse, often referred to in survivalist circles as the Z-Poc or simply ZA, is no joke. Aside from the complete annihilation of social conventions as we know them, we are talking about the end of chorizo, chocolate bars, and tacos here. Once civilization collapses, you will probably never eat another glazed donut, or a really good piece of French cheese, or even a banana for that matter. The way I'm reading this is like so weird. Like I'm like announcing it, like the way I'm like pronouncing the words. Kind of weird. Okay. There will be no more late night convenience store runs for a pint of Ben and Cherries and a bag of spicy Doritos, or fanciful meals, fully embracing the locavore moment with sauteed ramps nestled atop your hormone and antibiotic-free roast chicken breast. There will be no more Grubhub pizza delivery, and no more freshly baked cookies coming out of the oven. There will be no more pickling in your tiny Brooklyn apartment or watching Adult Swim while stuffing your face with a box of wheat thins because that's all you found in your pantry. First of all, if wheat thins are all you have in your pantry, that means that you bought wheat thins. So if you don't like them, why did you buy them? That's not just gonna be all you found in your pantry, like you bought them. That's weird. Okay. In fact, if you ever see your local convenience store clerk again, he will probably want to rip your entrails out. The friendly farmer you buy heirloom tomatoes from, she'll go straight for the jugular. If you happen to run across your pizza delivery guy in the street, he's likely to be shambling along with his pizza bags. Some of the ways this is written, like, don't make any sense to me. Okay. He's likely to be shambling along with his pizza bags tangled and knotted around his particularly severed limbs, bike dragging behind him as he moans after you with what you imagine sounds like vague recognition. Better hope he doesn't remember where you live. Face it, life as you know it will cease to be. And no matter what kind of eater you are, whether a foodie who tweets from the hottest restaurant openings, a pimply-faced video game addict subsisting on Yoo-hoo and Slim Jims in your parents' basement, or even a regular Joe who doesn't think much about what you eat because to you it's just food. The fact is we'll all still have to eat. Reading this book out loud makes me feel like I'm not good at reading, but I just am like judging the way this book is read or written so much that it like trips me up more, but it's fine. To be sure, your main objective in surviving the Z-Poc will be to not become a zombie. The zombie diet is not all that appetizing, and frankly, pretty monotonous. Anyway, composed of widely varying quantities and qualities of human flesh and organs. It's true the initial glut of zombie food would be, by zombie standards, pretty tasty. The soft, underused flesh of the inactive and obese, with plenty of fat surrounding the organs for extra flavor and a better mouthfeel. But as that initial fiesta runs dry, all that the undead will be left with are the tough, athletic types who were fortunate to make it through the initial outbreak. I, for one, will pass. But I digress. It would be naive to think that the Z-Poc will be a cakewalk. The bulk of one's attention, energy, and day-to-day activity will be consumed by a struggle for survival. That is, staying one step ahead of the undead hordes roaming the wasteland, a term we use affectionately for the decaying remains of human civilization. While meeting basic requirements for water, nourishment, and shelter, that alone will be monstrously hard. How to get your grubby survivor paws on food and water, how to preserve it, how to avoid wasting it. These questions will take up a significant portion of your time and efforts. It is my hope that the art of eating through the zombie apocalypse will help you surmount these challenges tastefully. The U.S. Army learned long ago, when they began developing shelf-stable, complete meals for soldiers that could be heated without access to fire, also known as MREs, that there is no underestimating the morale-boosting power of a hot, well-balanced meal. A good meal can truly bring you back from the brink of a succumbing to the horde. After all, it was Napoleon who said, "An army marches on its stomach." And at the end of the day, aren't we all just foot soldiers in the war against the undead? The simple pleasure of warm and enjoyable food, given even a little consideration and TLC during preparation, can help remind us that not all pleasures in life have been devoured by the biters. Know that the road ahead is not filled with the most delicious meals you've ever eaten. You will be forced to hunt, prepare, and eat things you might never have imagined you ever would. But I promise, it will not be all squirrel and spam. And with a little old-fashioned ingenuity and creativity, you can find pleasure in eating during the zombie apocalypse. Just because the undead's taste buds are atrophying doesn't mean yours need to. Bon appetit. Hello, good morning. That part's just about the book. I have no idea what that even says. So, that part, I have no idea. When it comes to entry-level preparedness, there are 2 items that any survivalist worth their salt should have: the survival tin and the bug-out bag. The survival tin is a small and highly portable kit that contains a variety of emergency and potentially life-saving tools aimed at securing food and producing fire. The bug-out bag, also known as the Bob, grab bag, battle box, get out of dodge bag, wow, I can't even, stumbling over my words, oh my gosh, is an enhanced version of the survival tin, stocked with no it's not, I just can't even read now, okay. Stocked with tools, equipment, and sustenance for long-term survival, for those who thoroughly enjoy the act of eating and cringe at the thought of a flavorless fight for survival against the undead. The typical survival tin and bug-out bag offer little more than bland victuals. But with a few simple additions and tweaks to these pillars of preparedness, can go from bland to bam. While desperately clinging to a small scrap of hope that the human race might survive the Z-Epoch, there is no overestimating the morale-boosting power of a good meal. The survival tin is typically a small, sturdy, and ideally waterproof container stocked and usually stuffed with supplies that will help attend to the most basic of human needs, that is fire, food, and water, regardless of where you are when the SHTF, a common abbreviation used among preppers to affectionately refer to poop and fans colliding. A simple survival tin tucked into your pocket or purse and carried on your person at all times will offer you the means to stay warm, cobble a meal together, and ensure you have safe drinking water in the event of an unexpected undead survival emergency. Often Altoid tins are used to house these basic survival supplies, due mostly to their low cost, pocketability, and availability at most convenience and grocery stores. There are, however, a wide variety of housings available in the survival supply market of varying sizes, levels of durability, and usability. Survival tin standard fare, bandages, button compass, duct tape, emergency tinder, cotton ball, flint and steel, medicines, mini LED flashlight, water purification tablets, weatherproof matches. Savory additions to the standard fare. Here are a few additions for a more, I don't know why I just zoned out and okay. Here are a few additions to a more cosmetable Z-Epoch friendly survival tin. Though it might seem impossible, all these items can be tucked with a little work on optimizing space into the standard Altoid tin. Survival can opener. When the initial outbreak has passed, humanity has fallen, and all perishable foods have long since disappeared. Canned food will be one of those relics of the world that once was a hard to open, non-perishable relic. That's why a survival can opener is a must-have. It is super small and sharp and easily tucked in your tin. Ranger bands. Ranger bands are black rubber bands made from bicycle inner tire tube or inner tube. They are extremely strong and versatile, most often used to bundle things together or provide additional grip for knives and other handles. But the hands down best thing about Ranger bands is that they are very flammable and an excellent backup for when dry tinder is not available. To avoid taking up space in your tin, slip them around the outside. Bonus, they can help your jam-packed tin close tight. Food-friendly multi-tool. The durability and usefulness of even the priciest multi-tool will of course have its limits, but it's an essential item that will come in handy in any number of ways. The bottle opener on many models will be essential for scavenged beverages. A pair of tweezers will be most useful for deboning fish or plucking feathers when hunting, or poking vent holes into tinfoil for steaming food. Other useful features to look for: scissors, gut hook for gutting fish and small game, and screwdriver. Snare wire. During the undead uprising, you will at some point have to hunt for meat. And unless you like the idea of taking a page out of Cormac McCarthy's The Road and eating your fellow man, snare wire will come in handy for trapping a variety of animals. It's also an excellent tool for the general day-to-day survival. Hanging pots over a fire, for example, 50 feet of 24 gauge brass wire should do the trick. Fishing kit. You may not immediately find yourself near some good fishing when the Zeepoch hits, but eventually a small rudimentary fishing kit may prove useful indeed. In a mini 1 1/4 inch reusable bag, you can comfortably store 3 to 4 small hooks, 3 swivels, and 1 lure. Sounds like Minecraft fishing. Also include 50 of 20-pound or heavier tested fishing line. Wondering about the pole? Grab a stick and learn how to attach it in the fishing skills section. Tinfoil. Tinfoil can be used in many a cooking application and is most useful in making pouches for roasting or steaming in fire embers. A 12 by 12 inch sheet can be neatly folded down into a square perfectly sized for your tin. More should be stashed in your bug out bag. Herbs and spices mini kit. Who wants basic survival to be bland? By including a few small packs of herbs and spices, you can survive in the world teeming with the undead without forsaking flavor. Salt, pepper, cayenne, thyme, smoked paprika, curry powder, or any of your favorite flavor enhancers can be packed into labeled mini 1/4 inch resealable bags. You can also include a packet of sprouting seeds for an easy way to get a quick nutrient boost. Alright, that's all that I'm gonna read for like right now. Maybe we'll do that again if you guys like this video. I kind of feel done with being on live, but thank you guys for tuning in. I love you. Bye.